it is. Much better. We're live. Started early. Gonna let people funnel in. Texting people for the one person watching. Commenting for the one people watching. Now let me repo. Hold on. Probably should have done this right before I went live, but you know what? I'd rather everyone see it. So we're gonna do that. I'm a terrible typer. I don't know how many other people are terrible typers, but I'm terrible. Post. I got distracted. Hold on. Oh man. Hey, 4 people. Sorry, you just saw me update my Twitter in the worst way possible because I'm a terrible typer. Don't tell anyone because I'm also a writer. It was bad. I don't know if anyone did anyone take typing class in high school? This is riveting fluff because we're gonna wait for Starmillion. John might come hang out. We'll see. We have obviously the launch of our monsters, which I have that open somewhere. Anyway, I didn't take typing in high school, so that is why I suck terribly at typing, and I do this. It's a miracle that I get scripts done as fast as I do. So, you're welcome. I'm just living proof that you do not need an education. Just proof of that. John's a bum. I agree. Ooh, it came down here now. These are John's settings for his he's got a separate YouTube channel called Critical Reads, which is pretty sweet. If you haven't already, go check that out. He does comic reviews, promotional stuff. It's pretty cool, but he has a slightly different aesthetic, and I forgot to change it. We share the same StreamYard. Hold on, let me get rid of you. Sorry, Adam. Nope. There you go. All right, let me change. There we go. That's the aesthetic we're used to. Ooh, no, maybe, yes, no. Trying to match the color of our logo. Once again, riveting content. That looks good, right? Maybe? Okay. John's gonna have a problem when he gets here. So, too bad though. Alright, everybody. All 5 of you. Thanks for joining. We're just waiting on Starmillion to come hang out. We got some cool updates for you. I don't want to spill the beans yet. So if anyone wants to, the comments are always open, and we love hanging out with you guys. And by we, I mean me, because John's not here yet. But if you have any questions for me or for John, I can always pass it along. Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to keep working on the launch because we are T-minus 10 minutes till we launch our Monsters issue or Volume 1. Maybe I'll pop it up for you. Where are we at? Ready? Share screen. You guys should be able to see this. Our Monsters. Volume 1, unsettling single-page horror stories. Launching any minute now. But we got looking for $1,000. Planning to end at noon on Halloween. And there's a reason for that, which I will describe to everyone now, and then whoever shows up later, I'll describe to you again. But main reason for that is I would like you all to get spoopy and scared on Halloween, per the occasion that it is. So the book, per the norm, a lot of our books typically are fully complete, or at least ready in some capacity. Basically just formatting things that we're still working on, or main cover tweaks, or things like that. Maybe extra pages we might want to add, things like that. So for the most part, everything's done. So that should mean that on October 31st, 2024 at noon, as long as you awesome people get us to $1,000, we should. I would like to have your digital rewards sent to your emails by 1 p.m. That's my goal. Maybe 12:05. I really want to press that button. Maybe. We'll see. That's the goal. So, I think you guys will like this book. I hope you guys will like this book. Ooh, I don't like that. Much better. Feel free to share the stream with a friend. John said he's gonna hop on soon. So now I have to keep fluffing. Adam, if you're still here, did you like the books? I know you picked up Wingless from John. I think you already said you really liked it. But your wife read it. I know Adam, so we go way back. I have 2 phones. I'm getting very confused. I have 2 phones, so get rid of this one. Don't need it. It's just confusing me. Here, while I wait, some of you, we both loved Wingless. Great. Yeah, see, that's the aesthetic. That's the BentBox aesthetic. I'm glad. It's great. He's working on, he'll talk about it if and when he pops on, he'll talk about it, but he's working on issue 2 now. I think he's got a handful of pages already done, submitted. It's pretty exciting. I'm excited for it. So yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you like it. One of the things I can show you guys. Oh, someone's sneaky. I barely even saw him there. Yeah, might as well. Hold on. I'm just checking to make sure my Instagram is live. I believe it's live. All right. Without further ado, there's no more reason to fluff. Let's get into it. As long as my man's ready. Give me the thumbs up. I got the thumbs up. All right. Here's John 2, as we like to call him.
Hey, man.
Starmillion. Hey, man. How's it going?
Yeah, good. I was having like some issues at the start there. My mic, headphones, nothing was working. So I was like, damn. But yeah, got it all reset, all restarted. So good to go. Sorry. Good.
No,
10 minutes of fluffs, man.
I'm a professional fluffer. That means something very different in other industries. I just remembered, so don't take that word. But whatever. I'm good. Glad John's here. John 2. Got very confusing at first because obviously John's name's John. But author of Oreium, which has gotten a lot of praise. I loved Oreium. Wanted to have him on before I do the big launch for my book. Maybe we could chit chat about some stuff. I'll probably launch my book before we get into stuff. But I'm wearing my Oreium shirt. We gotta figure out how to get this merch stuff going, because I like the shirts that we've made. I made a shirt for my buddy for a con. That's literally, he has the only copy of that shirt, and I love how it turned out. So we're working on some things in the background, but I just don't know when that's gonna happen. But I love this shirt, so we need to get it to the people.
Get it out there.
Yeah, I even sent you the design to make sure that you had it and you could get it printed if you want, because I think it looks really good.
No, I need to get around to it. It's just got a lot of other stuff going on. General day-to-day life, getting everything, pushing Oreium 2 through, and a few other things, obviously.
Yeah. How late is it there?
It's not too bad. It's only like 4 minutes past 11. So.
Oh, that's not bad. It's the night is young.
Yeah.
So John is in a different place. And that's why sometimes it's tricky. I hate having you stay up super late, so like it's sometimes tricky trying to set up these streams. But let's just say, good. Yeah, John's one of the early adopters of BentBox comics, if anyone's unfamiliar. But he hopped on, took a chance on us with Oreium, his first book, which is awesome. Issue 2's currently being worked on, which I'm super excited about, and you have some stuff you can show off, right? Eventually.
Yeah, I just gotta get because I usually, at the moment, I'm just downloading it like straight to my phone, just so when the delivery gets there, I've got it immediately, and then when I start, obviously getting the words on the panels, that's when I get it. So yeah, I'll get it all sorted though.
Yeah. Well, then we'll continue to fluff. We'll do more fluff. Adam said that he really liked the artificial variant styles too. Sheena, his wife, hasn't read them yet, but I really like where the story went in issue 2. Thank you, Adam. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm super excited about issue 3 of Artificial. We can maybe I can talk about that for a brief moment. Actually, okay, I have a plan, and my ADHD's kicking in. I'm like, all right, well, let's just talk about that now. But no, I'll talk about that in a second, because I need to break this up correctly. But why not? It's 6:06. So for the handful of people here, hopefully others trickle in, I'm just going to go ahead and launch it, and then we will go over the campaign for my comic, and then we'll kind of do some fingers crossing throughout the stream and hope that a couple people backed it by the end. That's all my goal is. And if you didn't, yeah, that's fine. But we got 32 days. So let me share my screen. That way you guys can see it.
Do you need a countdown or?
Oh, that would be. We're not that professional. I mean, you should know that by now. We're getting there. We're not that professional.
We'll get
all right. As I said in the earlier moments of my fluffing. We're looking for $1,000 for Our Monsters Volume 1 Unsettling Single Page Horror Stories. I'm made it to where it's actually more than 30 days, but only by like 2 days. Mainly because I really wanted it to end on Halloween. And that way our digital reward for you, the backer, obviously the physical reward, it's hard to ship it day one to everyone. That'd be difficult. But at least the digital reward will be in your mailbox, in your email, maybe 5 minutes after this thing finishes, because I'm going to just be watching like a hawk. That way, on Halloween, you got something spooky to read. So that's my goal, and I'm excited about that plan. So we'll see. Maybe that's a nice little promotional part of this book. Anyway, 6:07 is the perfect time to launch. So I hope this. Don't look at any of that. Okay. Launch project. Drum roll. Hey, congrats! Your project is live. We don't need that.
Nice.
All right, so we are live officially. All 5 people watching, feel free to go back it now. I'm only saying this for our stream watchers. I'm not going to post it, but anyone who backs this during the stream, which obviously we have an easy way of double checking who did, and just in case, feel free to comment, backed or whatever in the comment section. But anyone who backs it during the stream will get and I'll show you towards the end, but you'll get something. So Our Monsters Volume 1 from the Twisted Minds of Luna A and Chris O'Hare comes with a collection of short horror stories that will send a chill down your spine. Promise. It's a guaranteed promise.
Nice.
So the story. By the way, I did some little fun stuff. I don't know if I wanted to kind of give you some bells and whistles for this one, just because I had some time. So, welcome to the world of Our Monsters. They live among us, hiding, watching, waiting. Dive into 30 pages of pure nightmare fuel as we share with you our deepest, darkest demons. Each short is a self-contained horror story drawn straight from the twisted mind of Luna A. Who knows? Maybe you'll see your own monster staring back at you. So this is a fun little book that I collaborated with this very talented artist out of Brazil, Luna A. Actually, her name might be her last name. I haven't really actually asked her how you pronounce it, but regardless, Luna. She's a young artist that I found her on Instagram drawing these unsettling and creepy, like single-page horror stories with no dialogue. It was just creepy. I loved her art style. I saw a handful of her stuff. I immediately reached out to her and asked if she'd be interested in collaborating in a book, maybe using some of her already done art, and then I would co-write a handful of additional stories to add to Volume 1. So I did that, which was really fun, and I just had a blast writing horror. I haven't done a lot of it, but yeah. So let's see. Take a peek. This took a while to animate, by the way. And it's not very good, but it's there. And I want applause for that. Thank you. Thank you. I feel as though I deserve it. So here's an example of one of her single page horror. I loved her style. I love the kind of unnerving aspect to it.
Like the switch up on that final panel is just there.
Yeah,
it just comes out of nowhere.
She's really good at this. So this is, I believe, all the ones I'm showing on here are actually all of her written ones. So the majority of the book is going to be written by her, and obviously the whole book is going to be drawn by her. But yeah, I love a lot of the pages that she's done has like a nice little, obviously you can see the whole page immediately, so there's no like page turn into like a terrifying image, but it is just this really nice flow of it's just unsettling, and then you just get hit with some nightmare fuel This is probably my favorite page in the whole book.
It's a good page.
I love this page, but like this is kind of the style. This is what she does. This is her vibe. She's so good at it too. This character. So here's a little. It's not written in the Kickstarter, so not a lot of you are going to, or not a lot of people are going to know this unless you watch the stream. But there is technically no through line for this book. It's all single contained stories. So part of me collaborating with her is I said, let's work on a through line that is extremely subtle, that you won't really notice it until the very end of the book. So that was really fun workshopping with her. But let me just, I don't think, I mean, it's a bit of a spoiler, but I mean, it doesn't really affect how you enjoy the book. But let's just say this character plays a big part as the through line, mainly because she's kind of my monster. This is one that Luna drew, and I think it's what drew me to her work. This is terrifying to me. Like, this is my nightmare fuel 100%. And I was like, so this is the creature I would like to emphasize throughout this book. So that's what we chose to do. She even has some like to be honest, this one isn't even really super horror oriented. It's just like unsettling and almost like body horror. It's just creepy. So we have a couple of these in here. We have one that's almost like funny, but in a very twisted way, obviously. So this way you just get a feel for it. Obviously, we have a bunch there. We don't want to give away too much, especially because they're all self-contained horror stories. So like, if I show you one, then you just have the spoiled page. So it's kind of a hard thing to really show a ton of the previews, but I just want to give you guys a good glimpse as to what you're going to be getting. The cover, I had a little blink right there. This one's a subtle animation, but I like it. So we only went for one cover. There is a potential that we will add a secondary cover throughout the campaign, but don't hold me to that. But here is the cover for Our Monsters Vol.1. As you can tell, our pretty lady is front and center as the main character of this book. I do really like it. So I'm just excited how this thing turned out. All right, zoom back in. So we got our add-ons. This also took a while to animate. Basically, I'm just not good at animation, so but I figured it out. So we got a sticker pack. Here are some of our favorite monsters included in here. Obviously, this is a bit of a spoiler because you'll see these characters throughout the book. But just some nice, unsettling, creepy characters in like nice 3-inch stickers. So for a full pack. Obviously, the cover poster. I'm considering not including the BentBox logo, just having the Our Monsters Vol.1, or honestly, maybe not even the Our Monsters Vol.1, just have this. So that's something I'm up for changing throughout the campaign, but this so far is kind of the main idea. Our cover poster. Here's the team. You got My Ugly Mug right here, and then you got Luna. She's very unassuming. Don't take that lightly. She has some weird stuff coming out of her head. Luna is an extremely talented comic book artist, illustrator, and independent game designer. By the way, that's something else I found out about her. I would highly recommend everyone go check out Luna A. I believe it's Luna A Arts. Pretty much everywhere, except for on Twitter, obviously, because she's from Brazil, and that got banned, unfortunately. But Instagram, all the other fun stuff. But I think that's actually where I found her. She's currently making a like pixelated indie horror game by herself, I guess, which looks really cool. That's a huge undertaking. So like I saw some of that work and it looks awesome. So I would highly recommend go checking out all of her socials, which maybe I'll update this to add like the at, BentBox Comics, obviously for me, but at Luna A Art down here. That way you can follow her.
That's cool.
But yeah, her twisted creativity knows no bounds as she crafts worlds of dreams and nightmares. Yeah. I've added this to the style. Yeah, I love her art style. And I think it's slightly unique to Portugal/Brazil. There's a couple other areas that I found a similar art style where it's obviously very unique to her, but there is a trend that some artists have down there that follows a similar suit, and I just love it. It's unique. It's you don't see much of it.
Definitely.
Added this to the page. Maybe I'll add it to some more stuff, including the new book we have coming out with Jeff Morris called True Believer. But the BentBox promise, we here at BentBox Comics value human creativity and the intrinsic sense of soul that comes from the heart of these complex meatbags. So, along with delivering high-quality comics that are filled with beautiful art, engaging and unique stories, we have our guarantee that a BentBox comic will never use generative AI in its creation. This includes the art as well as the writing. Our goal is for our stories to connect with you on a personal level through these connections, mayhaps make the world a better place, human to human. So, we'll add that. Huh?
Can hope.
Yeah, mayhaps. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's the BentBox promise. I wanted to write that up. Obviously, I don't even know if AI would be able to follow some of Luna's stuff. It's just, it's so unique. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Something else I'll show you is why are we only shipping to the United States? So, physical copies, only United States. Main issue is, as many of you know, shipping rates have become quite unreasonable, and that coupled with many past issues with customs, I should have put this here as well, along with unforeseen taxes, and there's additional fees that have come with it. One guy who bought Artificial 2, everything said it was paid for, and then when he showed up, they charged him $42 more.
Fuck.
So yeah, it's insane. So I talked to him about that. I was glad he brought it to my attention, and he wasn't even mad. He just wanted to let me know, which I really appreciate. But just because of those issues, we've chosen to only offer the physical copy of Our Monsters Vol. 1 to residents of the United States. That's just where we're located currently. If we can figure out something else, including working with Starmillion, obviously, as he's over in the UK area, maybe finding a way to get some printed at his local shop to ship them out, which has been an idea that we've had in the past. We could work on that, but for this current campaign, this is what it is. So if this looks like a comic you would enjoy, which it is, and you are outside of the United States, then feel free to snag a digital copy. Obviously, that's kind of our recommendation. If you really want this, grab a digital copy. It'll come both in a PDF form and then also in a Global Comics code. That way you can add it to your Global Comics library. As most fans of BentBox know, we are heavily involved in Global Comics. We love what they're doing. Pretty much everything we do is Global Comics focused. So your reward will be delivered on Halloween Day for you to enjoy in all its spookiness. We will work on having the comic ready for international shipping ASAP once the campaign ends. Risks and challenges. All pages have been completed, and all that's left is compile the book for optimal spookiness. We have run multiple successful campaigns and have delivered on every one. So outside of unforeseen circumstances, this is a risk-free campaign. So yeah, risk-free. I got distracted on whatever else is going down here. All right, let's look at the rewards. If anyone, hey, we got one. Sweet. I see. If anyone, Starmillion knows. Everyone else knows who's ever run a Kickstarter. It's hard not to just press this refresh button. So I'm gonna not do that. So we got. I'm gonna end it right here. That way, that's the main focus. Okay. So available rewards. We made this short and sweet. Our Monsters Volume 1 digital, $5. So you get a digital PDF along with the Global Comics code. I might tag that on here. Not a whole lot of people care about it so far, but I'm hoping that it becomes more of a commonplace item for Kickstarters or people who are interested in comics, that they find Global Comics is like a nice place to hold all their digital comics. So we're kind of pushing it, but yeah. So Our Monsters Volume 1 digital, $5. Our Monsters Volume 1 physical, $10. Get the physical copy of Our Monsters Volume 1 along with its digital PDF. Let's see. And then your monster bundle. So you're going to see a bit of a jump here. You're going to see $5, $10, $100. Seems like a bit of a jump, but the reason is is you get the physical and digital copies of our Monsters Volume 1, along with all available add-ons. Work with Luna A to bring your personal monster to life, which will be featured in Volume 2, scheduled for Halloween 2025. So this is something I'm really excited about. Luna has kind of signed on for all intents and purposes that we would love. Obviously, you see this is Volume 1. Our goal is to have this be Volume 1 of many, as much horror as we can mentally imagine. But you could get in on the action. If you have a sleep paralysis demon that visits you that's very unique to you, feel free to pick up this. We will work with you on creating a one-page based on your monster, and you'll see it in Volume 2. So I'm really excited about this. I hope people pick it up. There's only 5 because obviously we have a lot already planned for Volume 2 that Luna's already created, some that I've already written. So, we're planning ahead of time. And I would love to be able to squeeze about 5 other people in. So, yeah. But yeah, with all available add-ons. So let's look at the add-ons. So let's say, obviously I can't pledge my own product. That makes so much sense. All right. So, I've never clicked this page. So here's this thingamajig. This is let's take a look at some of the available add-ons. So you got optional add-ons. You got the sticker pack for $5. Pack of stickers featuring some of our favorite monsters, as you saw on the campaign front page. The BentBox starter bundle, digital, only $5, gets you digital copies of all of our currently available number 1s, including Oreium 1, which I did not contact Starmillion beforehand, before offering, but speaking of our forever hold your peace.
I'm all good with that, man. Like, yeah.
I figured it'd be a nice little cross promo. We'll kind of get some of our stuff out there, especially since some of it we're working on issue 2s for, and maybe this will help find new readers, especially, got some horror people. Oreium is unexpectedly becoming more and more horror, which I'm here for 100%, and I can't wait for John to show us more about it. But that's only $5, so you get 4 issues. So right now, this doesn't include some of the newest stuff like Wingless 1, Blossom, obviously. That's all, like, the campaign's already finished, but they're not technically available yet, so I wouldn't feel comfortable offering those. So this is just everything that's currently available in our library that are our number 1s. And it's only $5. So basically you get, each, it's $1.25 for a full comic. And some of these are 36 pages, 42 pages. You get a lot of content for $5. And then last but not least, the poster, $10 for a nice 11x17 cover poster. Yeah. And then obviously your monster bundle literally comes with everything. It says that you can select more if you want. Obviously, I would not recommend it because you're already getting it, but it would not let me restrict add-ons for this, which is kind of dumb, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to show up about it, but everyone, we are live. I'm super excited about this. It's only $1,000. It's not super large. Also, real fast, I'm going to stop sharing. That way I can get back in. Let's see. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, a big portion of this is going to the artist. So since a lot of the book was already created based on some of her original artwork that we are kind of just like working together to compile in optimal spookiness, we're kind of getting to a point where I'm paying her for all of my written work that's going to be added to it, but everything else I want her to get basically as much profit as possible because she's kind of the spearhead of this project. The only reason why it's even going is because I love her artwork and she had so many really cool, unique stuff out there. So, what was I going to say? So, the majority of the profit's actually going to be going to her. Outside of printing and shipping costs, I believe we've set aside 95% of that $1,000, or technically whatever you guys back. So, like, if you get us to $2,000, which I'd love, why don't we do that? Let's plan for $2,000, okay? So if you get us to $2,000, 95% of that, outside of shipping and printing, goes to Luna directly. So So yeah, I'm just trying to get her paid because it's a cool book. She teamed up with us. I'm super excited about it. So
No, it's a really cool book. It's gonna like, it's so unique. Like the style of it, like the whole concept as well. Like the single pages. It's yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be picking up my digital copy.
digital
so,
copy. Yeah, maybe I'll try and get you a physical somehow, but your digital copy. I appreciate it. Adam says he's in. Appreciate it. And then he also has a question: will this have dialogue or will it be art led like Blossom and Refuge? So that was actually what made me enticed by some of her work. Not a single line of dialogue. Now we started looking at how to add dialogue, if we wanted to add dialogue, if I wanted to write dialogue in, but instead what we chose to do, and once again, this is not shown in the Kickstarter because we're trying to, it's one of those weird things, like I don't like giving away stuff, but you know, sometimes you just have to give away some of the good stuff, that way people want to buy it. But I don't want to give away too much of the experience of reading the book, which is kind of what I am bringing to the table, if that makes sense. Luna's bringing the really cool art with really unique stories that she wrote. I'm writing a handful, like maybe a third of the book will be written by me. But the composition of the book, how it flows, all that kind of stuff is going to be on my table, on my plate, which I'm having a blast with. That said, what we chose to do is no dialogue within the pages. So the pages are, they don't need it. And with it being like a horror comic with no dialogue, it really has the potential just to, anyone can pick it up and get scared, which is cool. You know, like someone in Brazil can look at her artwork the same as someone in America and still crap their pants the equal amount, I think. I don't really know the bowel movements of Brazilians, but I think it's equal. So like, that's the cool part about this, is that we can just roll with it and it's not needed. That said, so the thing I decided to do was I added basically a complimentary page with each story. The complimentary page, which I'm not going to give too much away, has an Easter egg involved in the complimentary page that allows for a through line within the comic. So can't give away too much. That's where I'm struggling to show it, which is annoying, but that's kind of part of what I'm involved with. That said, that will have a dialogue. It'll have either a title for the work. It'll have like, let's see. Oh, like the one with the girl getting the push on the swing. Like that one on the left side, it'll have a really creepy, unsettling page with like a title there that'll just say "Thanks for the push." So that's kind of what you're getting. It's just these little through line titles that kind of couple themselves with the stories. And then there's a through line to the end. So
nice.
That's it. So that's our monsters. I hope you guys like it. I am very proud of it. Can't wait. It's our first horror comic. Please spread the word. If you are watching this, feel free to share and pick up your copy. If you are strapped for cash, as most of us are, grab yourself a digital copy or just spread the word. Someone will pick it up. Every little bit counts. So. All right, I'm done, John. That's my rant. I appreciate you sitting in on it.
No, I'm happy to. I'm just going to go back our monsters quickly.
So now we need a transition thing too, like a swipe with like a update. We need all that cool stuff for Oreium number 2 by Starmillion.
So
tell us about it. Tell us how it's going. Tell us, give us an update on issue 1, like some of the background leading into issue 2.
Like, so basically, anyone that's read issue 1, it is a bit of a kind of messes with your mind a little bit about where it's going. Obviously, by the end of it, things have kind of, they haven't settled because it's kind of escalated, but it's got, the next one's going to be a lot more settled and not so much jumping around. Basically, it's pretty simple. Someone at the end of the book is going to a very small town, and pretty much, if you think of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Midnight Mass kind of like mixed together. It's gonna be
two of my favorites. So like I
the
told, yeah,
yeah, I'm going for that, and yeah, like the page we're getting done at the moment, it's nothing that we've seen before. It's so I'm hoping it's going well. It's going well, and but on the flip side of that, though, there's going to be like a lot more carnage in probably about half of it. In this other half of it, obviously Robert is learning more about what Oreium is and what he can actually do with it. We'll be building two very satisfying conclusions, I hope.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, all setting it up for the third issue, but the second one is just showing you the extent of what has happened from the end of the first one. I've got the first page of issue 2, which like I'll show the whole thing, but it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna start getting a bit gory, more so, and
that's fine. We don't have a lot of that yet.
Straight into horror, so
yeah, it's funny because that's what you told us early on. You're like you originally just having to be like kind of like a psychological thriller, and then it turned more into horror, and it's like, hey, you gotta let things just go where they go.
That's just where it's going. Yeah, I don't know, how do I share things on here?
The bottom there should be a little plus sign that says present.
Nice.
It's like a screen.
Oh, share screen.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me bring it up then. I was there flapping about trying to download it, thinking I had to upload it or something.
No, you can do, I mean, unless you wanted me to show it off, but yeah, you have full reign.
Cool. Right, yeah, no, apologies for I'm terrible on computers. Like, let's get this going.
You're good. You also want to make sure you don't show people the wrong thing or too much. So I had pages open from our monsters, and I went to share screen, and I was like, oh crap. So, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
Well, no, is this
all right, I see it. Hold on. Add a stage.
Cool, yeah.
I'm in control. Haha.
Ah, nice.
All right, there you go. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do that. There you go.
Yeah, so obviously pretty much it's starting straight off the bat. Like as soon as the first one ends, not going anywhere else. There's no backstory. The story's just going to continue. Obviously the end goal is to have 4 issues, 32 pages roughly each, and then have it all come out as like one single volume, like one standalone kind of story. But yeah, straight away, obviously things get a bit freaky. And the young girl who was in the end of Oreium, her name is Becca. She's now possessed by the entity that lives within the metal of Oreium. And that was the guy who had his head chopped off at the start of the first one. So obviously, yeah, do read the first one before getting the second one.
Highly recommend.
I'm thinking that like probably like a month or so before I actually release Oreium 2, I think I'm gonna do a few, like maybe get Oreium issue 1 just free, like for a limited period of time, and then just get it out there. Obviously, well, yeah, no, this
is page 1, right?
That's just page 1, yeah. So it's just continues straight into it, obviously, and yeah, it kind of just
I love it.
It's gonna get a bit worse from there, to be honest.
That's all right. Yeah, some of the pages that you had that I've seen, I just love the I love your artist. Obviously you're kind of spearheading how the story flows, but it looks great. Like I mean, obviously I love this. I love the composition of it. This is obviously another part from issue 1.
No, this is it literally just carries on, and obviously if you've read it, you know exactly what who these people are. Well, to an extent, because obviously not a lot's given away. Issue 2 is gonna not be like getting my tongues twisted. Obviously, exposition. There's not going to be like huge chunks of it, but like a lot of things are going to be answered, which may have been questions in the first one. Like the whole point of the first one is just to kind of try to put you into Robert's head, this conflict he has going on inside of him, and obviously he's got things coming at him from outside as well. It's meant to kind of just mess you up to get you to the point where we can keep going with it. And like I said, it's only going to be 4 issues, so
yeah, with like 32 pages or so each. So I mean that's a chunk. Most for all you out there, all you comic lovers, the average is like 22 to 24, 28. Like so, and it's in the low 20s for your average comic. So like you're getting a decent chunk of story here, which is awesome. Do you have that? There's a helicopter page.
Oh yeah, I've got.
I don't even think it was that one. It was a different one.
No, yeah, this is still from the like.
Still, I mean, it looks awesome. I love the black and white.
Let's see, where's that helicopter page?
I don't want to force you to give too much away, but
the thing is, no,
I loved.
I wanted the helicopter page up because the way it fit, like this is page 4, and the helicopter page is actually page 5, so it's like,
yeah,
it's transitioned quite nicely, nicer than I expected it to be honest. I think it's one of the things, like when I come up with everything in my head, like I put it into comic format, but like I kind of think about it like a film. So it's that's
how I do it too, which is somewhere it just works for me mentally.
Yeah, and it's like I just see it a lot clearer, to be honest. So I just.
And the cool thing is, and that's why I was hoping, that one. The thing I love about this is it is very cinematic. So like this looks like, a handful of shots in a sequence in a film, which is probably why I was like, show this one. Because it speaks to me the most, because it is a lot like that. I'm viewing it as almost like a movie or something like that, something with some flow to it.
That's the thing, yeah. That's how I don't know how other people like do their stories and stuff, but even like when I'm just locked myself down for like an hour or two just to write, it's like everything just flows like a film. Like it doesn't like, and then I break it down and obviously slam it into panels and stuff. It's still a bit. I do want to start trying maybe getting a bit more creative with some of the panel layouts. Like I did have a few. At the end of Oreium issue 1, but it's just at this moment we're just kind of working for building up things, and gonna get some questions answered. So hopefully people will like it.
I think so. I mean, it looks awesome. I'm super excited about it. And you lettered issue 1, kind of got your feet wet. So you're lettering issue 2, obviously, right? Because you're getting your feet even wetter recently.
No. So I was doing everything on like a real budget, but I've always wanted to draw, can't draw. So obviously I kind of was like, I could do the lettering naively. Done it like the first couple of pages terrible, redone them, still terrible, and just kept going at it until I got to a point where I was like, actually no, this works. Put it on Twitter, got ridiculed, but in a nice way.
Really?
Constructive criticism. Like obviously, put it here, put it here, put it there. So that was massively helpful, to be honest, because that's changed how I've done the layout. Since then, obviously, I lettered Pied Piper, Monster Hunter, Pepper Piper, sorry, Monster Hunter, for someone, which was a really cool experience. Like I've lettered someone else's work now, which isn't just mine.
No, that's cool that you got a job, you handled the thing, and it's just constantly working on it to where you get better and better at it. So it's
pretty
cool.
No, it's good, and so Oreium's looking like it's probably going to be January, February, March. I don't want to add any more months.
Somewhere between January and December.
Pretty much, definitely. Now, ideally, I would want it to come out before. So what? Oreium 1's campaign ended on the 10th of May. I think.
Okay.
So I would want to get it out, preferably by March at the latest. So it's within under a year, which is a massive progression in how long it took me to make Oreium 1.
No,
So,
that's great.
yeah, and obviously this Christmas got a nice little gift coming.
Let's do it.
to
Well,
anyone
do
and
you want
anyone.
to talk about it? We got a little bit of time. We can announce that.
Yeah, I'll go. Been waiting. I've been trying to think what's the best way to go about doing it. And
I mean, you're
guys
only
like,
telling 10 people at the moment, but maybe they'll
it's
tell 10 people, and then everyone.
10
in the
more
world knows.
people that already know, that actually know. I've got to say, I give Kyle a shout out. Obviously, he actually read through the Christmas one.
The Carol, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, nice 3-4 page comic coming this Christmas called The Carol, and obviously anyone that wants it, it'll be on Global Comics, and or if you don't want to use that, hit me up and I'll just throw you a PDF. But yeah,
Well,
no,
I mean, the thing about the Global Comics, if no one's familiar, you can download PDFs from Global Comics. We allow that feature to where you could just you find us on Global Comics. That's where most of our library is. We prefer it. It allows us to get reads, reviews, you know what I mean, feedback, comments. You can literally say, hey, I love this book. Hey, this book sucked. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? I love that this happened. You know, like, you could give us this feedback that you don't normally get whenever you just send someone a PDF. So I would rather everyone go to Global Comics and read our stuff. But if you don't want to, we'll just send you the PDF as well. Additionally, just so you know, you can also download the PDF from Global Comics. So, like, you have everything there, which is really cool. But all that said, let me see.
I was just gonna say I've enjoyed Global Comics as well. So
I'm loving it, and it's blowing up. It's doing well. I've had private conversations with the owner, which is really cool. So, like, it's a well-run company. They care about what they're doing. I'm excited. But that announcement, Starmillion's coming out with a little short the Christmas Carol, basically, comic this Christmas, and that is going to be part of our new initiative called, let me time this so super well. Sure. Okay. That is part of our new initiative called BentBox Shorts. So this is going to be something that we're going to bring to Global Comics, probably either with Starmillions, with The Carol by Starmillion, a nice 4-page Christmas short, or we have another guy, his name's Matthew. He's an Instagram artist that I follow, and he has a handful of short stories that he didn't know where to have a place for them. I said, hey, I might develop a place for you. The cool thing about Global Comics right now, we're almost 300 followers. We're getting some nice traction. People are enjoying our books, which is awesome. And I'm hoping maybe that turns into a incentive for creators who are just like, hey, I got a short 3-page, 6-page little thing I'm just working on. I don't know where to put it, where it would find an audience. And so we came up with BentBox Shorts. So you can basically, this will be like the main page on Global Comics. If anyone's familiar with Global Comics, if you go on there, you'll see like artificial. It'll just say artificial. You click on it, and then it'll show artificial 1, artificial 2. So that's the series page. So this will basically just be a series page. Each short will have its own issue that will go next to it. So, you know, for all we know, this thing could blow up to being like, you click on this in Global Comics and you're going to see 100 short stories, just like, you know, and they're free. That's how we're currently doing that. This is a free series with not necessarily a scheduled release program, but I am looking to actively find new people every couple of months. Be like, hey, do you have, basically leave it open. And then once, if we have enough people going, hey, I really would love to submit a story to your shorts, then we'll just say, yeah, we'll schedule you in for August, and that'll be our release for August, and we'll kind of do it that way. Anyway,
I think it's great. Like, it's basically, it gives people who have always obviously wanted to make a comic just a chance to do it. Like, getting free even if you can't draw, getting free pages commissioned, like it's expensive depending on the artist you go for, but like it's not that expensive in terms of making the whole comic.
Right.
If you can do it, like give it a shot. Like it's something that was quite big back in the 80s. It was Future Shocks who did it, 2000 AD, Future Shocks, where they would just do 4-page comics, and it was like new upcoming people who always wanted to tell a story, kind of given their shot to do that. And I hope it does well. It's just like it's free, so it should do well, to be honest. Like, who doesn't like a free?
It's not
story?
necessarily. I mean, I would love to, and I mean, Global Comics does allow for it to be monetized in some way, shape, or form based on views. So obviously, as we grow our audience, the more page views it gets. That said, like our top comic is Worlds Forgotten by John Shell, because it's free. So issue 1's free on Global Comics, and it has almost like 5,000 page views.
Yeah,
so that's basically like half. That's half of our entire page views for our entire catalog. So very thankful to John for bringing that out for free. But that said, I also think that's kind of brought in a lot of people. So I'm curious to see how this works. If maybe we're kind of working on like a brand, just growing a brand. That's what BentBox is. High quality comics, just no necessarily like what would you call it? No like agenda or anything like that. Like our comics are just good comics. We're just having fun. Obviously we have an initiative coming out. The main agenda that we even discussed was the idea of doing comics for a cause, which we're still working on, and that's not even, that's just giving to charity. So that's really exciting. I'm super excited about that. But otherwise, we're just building a brand. So if we can get a catalog of like newcomer shorts and just give basically people an audience, give them a reader base, and then people can tie that to like, oh, Starmillion, I saw your free, Carol short. That thing was really cool. I like it. I like the art style. Oh, Oreium is the same art style, same artist. That's cool. And then bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. That's how it works. At least that's the plan.
The shorts, I've been obviously in between the pages. The pages are all there for Oreium too, so that's no issue. It's just obviously as he's drawing them, so just gotta wait for that. But so as that, I've done like another 2 or 3 shorts in the meantime, which I think I'll be looking to do like a short every time an issue finishes of Oreium, and then just kind of like don't forget about me. Here's a free comic. Like
if you're interested in the free comic thing, it is hard to monetize shorts, like unless you figure out a way to do like a subscription model for something like a BentBox Premium, where it's like BentBox Plus, where it's like you get a short every month, and then that way you're getting at least money for the shorts. But I mean, it's honestly hard to do that, and I almost feel like shorts I feel like they should be more in the line of just like a marketing tool. Obviously, it costs a little bit of money to create a short, but then it just hopefully funnels people to your actual like monetized stuff, your full-fledged series. That's kind of what Adam just said. He said, I like the idea of short one-shots. There was another publisher at the Sarasota Con that had a couple 4-page samples that were in that style. Really cool marketing idea. That publisher's name was Blitz Comics. Hold on. I want to give them a proper shout out. Because I follow them. Edge Comics. I don't know why I said Blitz. Edge Comics is a father-son publisher that we ran into in Sarasota. That was pretty cool. But they did that. They had like 4-page little shorts to kind of give you a feel for each comic and stuff like that. So that's smart. That's probably what this is going to be. Then like the big brain idea would be at the end of like, say we get a decent amount of shorts, and say we get like someone submits a horror one, someone submits a comedy or like a goofball one or like slapstick, and we start like we get like a bunch of different ones, and then we go, oh, we have 6 horror shorts that people have posted, that's when we can go, okay, let's make an anthology out of these that are already available, but then we'll do a Kickstarter. We'll make sure those funds go to the creators.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That way people can get like physical copies. They can do the whole collection type thing, get some fun stuff.
Yeah,
So.
well, I gotta say, like, there's a few, like, I still prefer buying physical. I've noticed, like, I with anything on Kickstarter, I generally will only be digital. Reason being, just because most of the people that I see are over your neck of the woods, so it's like,
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
know.
justify it, but at the same time, I just want to read your story, and if I really like it, I will buy the physical. Because no, it's like I've been buying a lot more recently.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I would. I mean, that's kind of how I operate too. It's just everything's so stinking expensive, and then with shipping, and there's a handful of UK creators that are awesome. You know, I've bought a lot of Matt Garvey's stuff. He basically is giving his comics away because he like sells them for $5 on Kickstarter, and then shipping's like $5 to America. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Because I know that's not how that works, but I appreciate it because that means I can get him. So like I bought all of his physical because I could. I almost felt like I was ripping him off, which I kind of am, but at least I have him. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just going to read digital for the most part. And then say you get to issue 7 and you have like a catch up bundle, and then I would think about getting the physical because, you know, I can just get all of them and stuff like that. So that's just kind of
like a volume or a trade, isn't it? Where it's just like, where you're like, right, I really like this story. I just want them all in like one place. So yeah,
that's when I'll invest in it. So until then, digital for me for the most part, even though I do prefer a nice physical copy in my hand. And as a creator, I just understand digital is just pure profit. So to any reader out there, I prefer you to have the physical copy. I prefer you to have, because I love the physical copy. I love, you know, I have it right here. But like this, also quick shout out. You know, I am not being sponsored, but my neighbor Necromancer issue 2 is currently live on Kickstarter. After you go back, Our Monsters Vol.1, go get issue 2 of this. But anyway, like I like the physical copy.
Yeah.
So I have physical copies. That's just what I do. But as a creator, I fully understand the idea of like, if you buy the digital copy from me for $5, that's just full $5 in our pocket to go towards the next thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost preferred to a certain extent to sell digital. That's why I like to push digital, but at the same time, I love physical. It's kind of a
I noticed it on Oreium issue 1. Like I had 45, I think, digital orders out of, I think I had 106 or something in total, and like 45 of them were just, you know, it's because you had the 2 different digital ones. It was, I think it was like 55, and then the rest were physical. So
yeah, which was probably majority, you know, over in the States, probably US people just like, all right, here's $5. Let me get your story. I'm not paying $35 to get your story. So yeah,
we managed to get it a bit cheaper, but still.
Yeah, he worked something out, which worked fairly well. But still, it's just expensive. So anyway, all that said, go back Vol.1 of Our Monsters.
Definitely.
Digital copy, physical copy, whatever you want. Only if you're in America, physical. But otherwise, if you're in the UK, if you're across the pond, get yourself a digital copy. I'm working on it.
Bad accent, man.
Was that bad?
No, I've heard worse, to be fair.
I'm working on it. There's a stand-up comic I like. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but his name's Andrew Santino. He does a podcast called Bad Friends. Anyway, he does a really funny like Cockney, and I want to spend a day nailing that accent because it's the funniest accent I've ever heard. That way I can just whip it out. Yeah, Adam responded, I love the convenience of digital, but nothing beats the feeling of a comic in hand.
Definitely.
Which is another thing why when we went to print, I shot myself in the foot, but I paid for like the velvet cover with the matte finish, and I'm like, just because I know it feels good. Like it's like, this feels good. And I've had comics come in, and another shout out, not a sponsor, can be if they'd like, but like this comic came in. Now, to be fair, once again, as a creator, I kind of know the background of this kind of stuff. To be fair, this is an unfinished paper. So they use like the unfinished paper for the outside. At least I believe so. So it's got that nice, it's also matte, no shine to it. I love the feel of this. It just feels raw and like, but to be fair, I think it's also slightly cheaper of a paper. So like, it's not a bad deal to go that route. The inside's all gloss with that nice smooth texture, or like that glossy texture. But the front, they just went with that like unfinished paper, because you can see there's like no glare to it. Yeah. Love it. So like that's kind of where I roll. And I know sometimes it gets more expensive, but it is just something where it feels better. But yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I was hoping John Shell would mosey on in here. I know he's been really busy lately. Maybe we'll see him next time we go live. We're gonna go live with Jeff Morris. Is probably gonna be our next one. Some of you are slightly familiar with Jeff. He also took a shot at BentBox, and he is publishing his first full comic. Oh yeah, that O'Hara signature really pops on the covers too. Yeah. I actually noticed that we had a specific type of marker. It looks really good. We put like a silver marker on it. Looked great. But then I tried testing signatures on other finishes, and there are some that it's like, oh, this just doesn't work. Like, it's not even a signable comic, depending on the texture of the cover. So there's so much involved with physical. Anyway, all that said, Jeff Morris, he's taking a shot with us. He is doing a comic called, and might as well give him a proper shot. Give me a second. True Believer, I have it right here. So he's doing a comic called True Believer. Speaking of shorts, I just opened Zoom because that's exactly what I want to do. Give me a second. I'm just being dumb. I'm going to present real fast. He might actually be watching, so if you are, you're welcome. Not a sponsor, but he is part of the BentBox family at the moment. But feel free also to go sign up. It's currently in pre-launch. It's called True Believer, Short Comics on Grief by Jeff Morris. This is a beautiful comic. I absolutely love the cover. Like, I'm a sucker for a good cover. Obviously, and it matches. It's by a specific artist, so not like this character doesn't necessarily match the interior art. This character doesn't necessarily match the interior art. It's by, I believe, the artist who did Dirt Mountain, which is this character, so that matches. But that's no shot at it. It's just a gorgeous cover, and I'm a sucker for a cover. But nice. It's so nice. But it's a collection of 3 short comics about his journey through grief. When he was 15, my father died in front of me. Almost 20 years later, I wrote my first short comic to help me grieve, forgive, and heal. But yeah, I read this full comic already, and I may have cried. So, thanks a lot, Jeff. I read this comic, which is the Dirt Mountain. May have cried. Thanks a lot, Jeff. And then the last one was True Believer, was actually supposed to be part of our Christmas anthology that we ended up kind of breaking out of, and we're going to work on getting that going sooner rather than later, but it just fit perfectly into this collection for Jeff, so he included it here. But yeah, here's a shot of the full cover. It's just gorgeous. I love it. He sent this cover over to me. He was like, what do you think? And I was like, dude, I got nothing. I was like, it's gorgeous. I was like, I love it so much. I said, the only thing it needs, the only thing it needs is this right here, this little BentBox Comics logo. That's all it needs. And he said, deal. And that's why I love Jeff. Yeah, that's it. So go sign up for it, please, and thank you. Support another awesome indie creator that's under the BentBox family. So, all right, that's it. Let's go check. I mean, I don't really want to.
Go on, give it a check.
Should I check?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna check. I should have kept it on. All right, I'm gonna check. All right, fine. Let's check. Hold on. I'm also It's a little slow with computers. All right. Not crazy, but all good. We had one. Now we're at 3, so we had 3 backers. Thank you all so much for backing. Let's see if my high school math kicks in. That means 2 people did. I'm not even gonna look. 2 people did digital and 1 person did physical. Awesome. Keep those digitals a rolling in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to see what you all selected, but the thing I wanted to say is if you backed it during the stream, which basically ends now, if you backed it during the stream, I am going to be giving all those who backed it the BentBox starter bundle will be included in your purchase. So that's going to be a free add-on. I'm just going to make a note of all those who backed it. So you will be getting all of our number 1 digital copies, all 3 of you. So because
So if you haven't backed it yet, quickly back it.
No, we're shutting down. End the stream. Yeah, no, I mean, hey, yeah, back it. Bring it in. You got T minus like 5 seconds until I cut this thing off. I got to go play with my kids.
Do it. Go. Let's go.
It's time stamped, and I'm going to be watching. That's it. I appreciate everyone coming out and watching. Thanks, John number 2, for sharing all of your cool stuff.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, keep an eye out for BentBox. We got some cool stuff going on. Keep supporting us, and we'll keep doing cool stuff for you guys. That's our goal. Yep. See you later, guys. All right. I'm going to end the stream. Have a good night and a good weekend.
Go back our monsters.
And go back our monsters, please.